We love
a topic that I think you would love to get into with me over here.
Let's do this.
The Indian immigration scam continues.
Oh, yo. Don't get me started.
My algorithm has been going crazy. I don't know what it is if it's because I'm creating these videos or we've been bringing up these topics over and over and I'm making these clips about these videos.
Yeah.
But they've been suggesting, like YouTube's been suggesting some videos to me right now.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, I'll sit and take in the whole video and like stop doing other shit, bro. Right? So look at the title of this. How Canada Became an Indian Slave State. And it's by Art Chad. He gives a pretty nuanced view on this, but he broke down some statistics, bro, that drove, like, I was just like, holy shit.
Wow. It's funny how they're saying slave.
Remember you were saying, you were saying that, bro.
You guys just think I have on a tinfoil hat or some stuff.
Nah,
every time.
Bro.
Nah. No, I won.
When you see the statistics, you're gonna watch this.
Over 1 million people have entered the country in just the last 3 years, and over 50% of those people are from one place, India, and most of them resettling in the single city of Brampton, Ontario. What has resulted of this mismanagement is a fiasco that is destroying the quality of life for Canadians and the immigrants themselves, and resulting in situations where immigrants are tens of thousands of dollars in debt, sleeping 4 to a bedroom, illegally crossing the border to the US because their life in Canada is so bad, and even a suicide crisis. All resulting from opportunistic middlemen who are exploiting a broken immigration system and preying on young Indians simply looking for a better life. The immigration crisis has also created anti-Indian sentiment from Canadians who have seen the cost of a home double in the last few years and feel they are being left behind in favor of new immigrants. Canada's immigration system has been a disaster for everybody involved, but that doesn't mean it's over. In this video, I explained how and why this happened. I go
okay, he's gonna go undercover. He explains all of this.
Oh, what? He put on a rap?
No. He goes to certain schools because what he's exposing in here. And did you hear the statistic that they said? Over 1 million people have come here over the last 2 years.
3
years, with 50% of them coming from India.
Yeah, but it's a little small area of India, not the whole of India. It's a little small area because of the casting system. They're different from the ones that have been here already. They're taking them. Yeah.
He's gonna break it down. He'll break it down.
Yeah, sorry.
Watch this.
Reactionary moron can make a video about consistent immigration rate.
Let's go right here.
Throughout this video, I just want to say thank you. This video would not have been possible without them.
Yeah, people are carrying weapons, and things are sort of, I'd say, unstable. Like, it seems everybody's on edge, right? And you just, over a small petty argument, somebody might do something really.
This is Brampton.
Bad. It's not really worth it. So,
like all immigrants, Indians are sold a dream of generational wealth, economic mobility, and safety. Not only are they sold this dream, they are told that these are things everyone in Canada has. Canada is objectively one of the safest, cleanest, and richest countries in the world, regardless of what the It's Over chuds will tell you.
We're going to be talking about we'll be talking about do you think that's funny?
Canada has always opened its arms to immigrants, bringing in an average of 250,000 a year for the past 4 decades, giving it one of the highest consistent immigration rates in the world. And this extreme immigration policy has worked well for us as we brain drain the world's best and brightest to fill holes in the skilled labor market, which is exactly what an immigration policy is supposed to do. Furthermore, this is what the West is based on. Canada is not a white country, and it's barely a Christian country. Canada is a pragmatic sorting algorithm, integrating the best parts of foreign cultures and practices, and creating a country where everyone has the opportunity to prosper and nobody falls through the cracks. And it's been this way for decades. Before Zoomers, and even before those cringe millennials, if you can believe it.
Hold on, let's stop right there for a quick second. You hear how he said that the foundation of it is bringing the best parts from all over the world and bringing over here? That's what it used to be.
That's what it used to be.
All right. So watch where we get to.
This is all to say that immigration in Canada objectively works. And it works very fucking well. At least it was working. Until a few years ago. This is when the permanent resident craze began in Southeast Asia, specifically India. Canada's immigration stayed consistent until about 2021, bringing 250,000 immigrants a year. After 2021, that number skyrockets, and Canada has brought over 1 million legal immigrants in the past 3 years, with Indians making up more than the rest of the other immigrant groups combined. Many of these Indian immigrants have the exact same backstory. Most of them came from the state of Punjab in India. Most of them are Sikhs. They came here on student visas to study with the goal of obtaining permanent residence after graduating, and most of them end up in 2 places: Surrey, British Columbia, and Brampton, Ontario, with both of those cities being around 400,000 people and almost half of them being Indian. While I was in Brampton, it truly felt like I was out of place. Like I was in a different country, even though I was only a 40-minute train ride north of Toronto. About the
What do you say? Yeah. Do you have any thoughts before I continue, sir?
The man said I felt out of place. Poor thing.
He's white.
Poor thing, eh? He
He's
felt
a
out of
white
place.
man.
And how we used to feel. Anyways,
I know, right?
continue.
Same distance between Los Angeles and Anaheim, or downtown Manhattan and JFK Airport. I popped into a Tim Hortons at Sheridan Plaza to use the bathroom, and I could tell people would not stop staring at me, wondering what I was doing there. Seriously, I felt less out of place in Cuba or in Athens than I did in Brampton. Sheridan Plaza, where the Tim Hortons was the location of a riot during the 2023 Diwali festival. But we'll get to that later.
There's been so much noise on the immigration crisis from the left and the right. Ignorance always comes from lack of information. Yet the news tends to sensationalize.
Okay, he's doing that.
News to get
We ain't doing the ad, bro. I got you. I caught you.
Canada. You have to start on the ground in Punjab. Go to Google Street View and you can find advertisements just like this one all over the streets, offering immigration consulting and express student visas to countries like the UK, New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. Punjabis are also bombarded with online advertisements like this one, offering the same service. Families often save for years to teach their children English and cover the tuition costs of studying in Canada. The immigration consultants charge them fees to help get their paperwork in order, or they're directed to websites like Uni's Portal, software that connects potential students to courses, consultants, and universities. For a fee, of course. Once the paperwork is in order, students may apply to colleges and universities all over Canada with the goal of obtaining a student visa, which legally allows them to live in the country. Canada is home to many prestigious universities, like Queen's, where Elon Musk studied, U of T, where Jordan Peterson taught, or McGill, home of the MK Ultra studies. But these aren't the most popular choices, as the tuition fees are far out of their price range, and international students often pay 3 times more than Canadians. This leaves students with more obscure and suboptimal choices, like College of
Wow.
So they get bombarded over there with bare advertisings. Come to Canada, come to the UK. Da 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 da. We'll do a consulting fee. We'll do a visa consultations. We'll do all of this type of shit for a fee before they even leave their spot, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Remember when I was saying their parents, the youths, them are logy because their parents save up all that money and then they come here and they're doing Uber Eats and they're not finishing the school or something's going on. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, they also have to pay more to go to the school than somebody like us.
Yeah. So Trudeau's been ripping them off. We're here mad at them, but really Trudeau's the biggest thief of all thieves. He wanted their votes. But at the same time, he's like, yo, we can make money off of them after COVID. Boom, ship them in, make them pay for school. Now he's telling them to leave.
Yo, bro, not only Trudeau's running the scam on them, their own people.
Their own people. Oh,
because
there's
somebody's bombarding them with ads, and it's not Canadians that are making money off all those consultations and this and that before they leave. It's their own people.
I would love to expose a very important person in that community that I used to,
Don't worry,
work
not
for.
yet.
I know. I'm not gonna do it now. I'm not gonna do it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting that out there in the universe. They're all doing it they're doing it to their own, and they're doing it badly.
Yep. From there to over here in Canada.
Yeah, and I don't get it. It's very evil. They're evil people then. I'm right about it.
Money, bro. Watch this. So now if they can't afford to go to the schools and stuff like that over there, then watch what happens. Or like a university like McGill or York, any of those places like that. If most can't afford to go to those schools, watch the alternative.
Health Studies, Access College, or Flair Management College, which are all located in strip malls in Brampton. These colleges are what are known as diploma mills. 2 colleges in this one building, and this real estate college is connected to immigration consulting. Diploma mills like these are institutions that want your tuition fees by any means necessary.
Yeah,
this often
wicked.
means eliminating as much overhead as possible.
Hold on, I gotta stop there before he gets into that, man. That is nasty work, bro.
Wicked people, dog.
Oh,
They're wicked people, bro.
I don't want to laugh.
What kind of wickedness is this?
Wow.
I'm ashamed like that we can even let these things go on in our country, bro.
So you could book a consultation for your visa, your immigration, and go to this college. Now watch the insides of the college. It's gonna blow your mind.
Immigration consulting. Diploma mills like these are institutions that want your tuition fees by any means necessary. This often means eliminating as much overhead as possible, often only having one single employee that doubles as the teacher and the secretary, and operating out of tiny office spaces and strip malls for cheap rent. Like this one, which I wandered into to ask questions expecting to find a front desk, when all I found was a single room with 8 chairs. This is a legal college in Canada that will give you a degree. The degrees they offer are licensed from public institutions and are actually legitimate. But they are often unrecognized by potential employers because the quality of education is so bad, leaving many Indian international students with useless credentials and thousands of dollars in debt. To combat degree.
Booyah.
Yep. I was right.
The government has changed the rules on which degrees can qualify for permanent residence, and now it can only be obtained after a degree from a public institution, no longer a private one. This has resulted in students applying for diploma mill colleges like Flair Management for the sole purpose of getting a student visa before dropping out and moving on to a public institution. This rule affected 80 colleges in Brampton alone. Brampton is a city of 400,000 people with 80 diploma mill colleges. These colleges now...
Yo, these guys are so good at running game. It has to be the most brilliant run of game I've seen in a long time, bro. So, one, there's 80 schools in Brampton in a population of 400,000 people. Okay, there's 80 of these little cheap ass schools.
Yeah,
they know now you have to get a student visa. So let me go to this little shitty school first, spend the money.
Yeah.
And then remember, somebody's collecting this money, and the government's going to get a percentage of it because it's an accredited school. Now that person drops out of the school so right after they really go and enroll so that they can get their visa and then go to one of the regular schools and have to spend again because they ain't going to let them go there for free neither.
No.
So now you're spending 2 times to go to school.
Can I be real with you? I don't even think they do that. A lot of them just go and work.
Or that.
That's why the Tim Hortons and the flipping jobs, them are all pack up with them. Because they didn't finish the school.
Got the student visa, went to work.
And now they're gonna work. And then they get a car with 5 of their names, on it. And they share one car from Hyundai. And then boom, they drive Uber. And then one does Tim Hortons, and then one does this, and then one does that. And then boom, they get married.
Yeah,
they get married.
It's the ones who a lot of people are realizing. I'm sure. Listen, no matter what, them people ain't dumb, bro. They know that they're being scammed, so why not scam back?
Oh, they're running the most scams right now. How do you get approved for a house and you just came to this damn country?
Facto.
I want to know, because yo, bro, let me know. Let me know. Just let me know, because I'll act like I'm from there too, and then boom, boom, bop. Because like that's, or again, like how they get the car approved, they do the same thing. 5 of their names on one house. You know what I'm saying? Now you own a piece of something here, because yo, honestly, if you have in 2 years, if it's a 2-year visa you have, right? In 2 years in a place like Canada with and you being under the radar, you have 3, 4, 5 different names like on your birth certificate alone. How many times you can run your name on something?
Yeah.
Right? Then you branch out from your brethren because, okay, yeah, you're living in a house with 27 people, but yo, I have now $100,000 because my rent was only $200 every month. I eat vegetables and roti, fam.
Yeah. They show some of the conditions that people are living in. Let me see if we're right here. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit more over here, but like right here, the highest point, most replayed in the video, they start showing what ends up happening because of this influx. Remember, also another point that before I continue, that they brought up that I want to pinpoint over here. It went from like 400,000 a year to 1 million.
400,000 was still a lot, bro.
But that was like what it was supposed, like it was a comfortable number where, you know, we don't have to raise taxes too much. We can house everybody we're bringing into the country. Like 400,000 was part of the plan. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think 1 million was part of the plan. Maybe 600,000, maybe a part of the plan, but 1 million plus, they're probably like, now it's like, ooh, this is way more people than we expected.
Expected.
So now we're gonna have to raise this, raise that, raise this.
That's unfair. That's unfair because Harvinder called his cousin, and his cousin Sarah Prit just sat here, came here on a vacation, and just came off the plane and just never went back home. And then claims to be landed.
Salute to BJ Gill. He over here in the chat. He's a South Asian brother over there from the West Coast. Actually, Surrey, right? He says you're close to right, but a little bit more complex than that. Laugh out loud. I hate to admit. So we're almost there.
So it's more complex.
Yeah.
It's more, but I feel bad for them because you're getting still scammed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then now you have people hating a culture that don't really understand that they've been bamboozled to come here from the white man.
Yes.
I'm just being real.
But then there's a percentage of people, because of this influx of people that have come here, that are like, all right, so now that I'm here, whether I'm in, a lot of the people are starting to go outside of the system. Remember, there's a whole movement of gangsters that come from over there too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's coming here too, fam. And he gets into it. Watch this.
Now only exist for students to drop out of, often charging them a $500 refund fee before they move on to a public institution.
Oh my God, I keep on stop. I want to let the man cook, but how much more fees are they going to charge these niggas, bro? $500 to get out?
Bro, yo, they must hate us right now. They're like, what, your country? This is my country. Look how much money I'm paying to stay here.
Yo.
What? You know what? Shout out to Alma Punjab them. They're getting it rough, bro.
No Vaseline, pause.
They're getting it rough, bro. I'm sitting here thinking you guys are in my way, bro. You're not in my way, bro. You're not in my way, bro. You're not in my way, bro.
Hoping to get interviews from new
Holy
students.
shit, I'm probably in your way.
All I found was empty classrooms as the students had dropped out before classes had even started. But I haven't even gotten to the craziest part of this entire situation yet. There are individuals with complete vertical monopolies on the whole process. The student software Unis portal and Flare Management are owned by the same individual, Anurag Sachdeva, who is also an immigration consultant. This person legally operates at every step of the immigration process for Indians.
Sick nigga.
Hey. Don't call him that.
My bad. My youth over here, Anurag Sachdeva. He owns both things, bro. And he's probably just one.
His dad showed him that flex.
That is insane, bro. And the thing is, the person running the flex own people.
You see him? You see how lighter he is?
Mm-hmm.
You see how lighter he is? There's a different there's a casting system out there, fam. And the ones that they're importing in are the ones from some little small areas, and they're farmers and stuff like that. They'll literally give up their land to send their kids to these schools. And their kid drops out, goes and finds some job in a factory in Malton, and there we go. And he gets a car, and then two and two, he builds it up, and he gets a house, and he brings in his cousin, he brings his moms, he brings everybody in after that. You get what I'm saying? So they kind of have a little more, they have a system because they know they're getting bamboozled. I don't blame them now for influxing the place and mashing up the place. I don't blame them.
And this ain't no white man that's on the screen over here, eh? There
ain't no white man, but yo, in his world, he is a white man.
Yeah, he almost there.
He's right there. He has Neanderthal in him.
Let's continue.
Also an immigration consultant. This person legally operates at every step of the immigration process for Indians.
You know what I mean?
You're over there in India, you are sold the idea, and this is, I'm not from India, I wouldn't really know word for word.
To be made off of international students, there is no incentive to keep them from coming into the country. Take A.W.O.L University, a Canadian university with a satellite campus in downtown Brampton. A.W.O.L is a public university whose admission rate has increased 900% in the last 3 years, with 92% of its student body being Indian. After an audit, it was found that 8 to 10% of the applications didn't pass English language requirements to study in Canada.
I want to get to what the results are, right?
You have to earn your right to immigrate. But if people told you you had that right every step of the way, only to pull the rug out from under you at the last second, who's really at fault here? So here we are. We've taken in more than we can handle, and we have an immigration crisis. But what happens to the people left behind by this system? And what happens to Canada as we deal with this massive influx? Nothing too crazy. Just ethnic conflicts, a housing crisis, and a 500% increase in crime.
What?
500.
What? They're out here mashing up the words?
This graph...
They're out here mashing up the words? Good, take all the blame off of us.
I knew you would love this part right here. Okay.
The Fraser Institute comparing population growth to new housing completions says it all. Canada's population has grown by around 1 million people in the last 3 years. 1 million people in a country with only 40 million people. That's less than the state of California. This has caused rent and mortgages to skyrocket to unsustainable levels. Housing all across Canada, from rural British Columbia to suburban Toronto, is now out of reach for most people. One-bedroom apartments average around 2,300 Canadian in rent all over southern Ontario, even in places hours outside of downtown Toronto. And the average price for a house in the greater Toronto area is over 1 million Canadian. That's not just downtown Toronto. That's places like Bradford, Ontario, a town of 40,000 people 2 hours outside of downtown Toronto. Let that sink in. $1 million, not to live in downtown Toronto, but to live anywhere outside of the city in the area. And this all happened in like 5 years. The housing crisis has not only destroyed the livelihood of Canadians, but has also destroyed the livelihood of immigrants who are scammed into coming to the country. Ads like this are all over apartment classifieds.
Look at that, 475.
In Brampton. People sleeping in cots side by side in basements. Or this ad, offering free rent to any woman who's willing to partake in a friends with benefits relationship. And
crazy.
They're doing
this is crazy.
That is the wildest thing I've heard this year. One of the wildest things. Gucci third leg was.
But we're almost done. There's got to be something that like soon. Soldier Boy's gonna pop out soon.
Just has to. Yeah. But this woman, and let's bring back the ad so you can see the ad over here. This is how crazy it is, and some people are probably taking this ad. So. Let me pull this up let me go closer so I can see it. Description: read fully before messaging. Only for girls. Private or shared accommodation in a much affordable rent of just 300 Canadian a month.
Told you.
Right. Location: 5 minutes long distance from Bramalea City Center. Accommodations: 1 apartment. Blah 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 blah. Rental: 1 private. I guess you can get a private room for 100 CAD. Right. If interested, Drop a message for more details, and anything can be negotiated. Now the notes. Okay. Note 1. In the second bedroom, an Indian boy, me, is staying. Note 2. Regular friends with benefit relationship. It will be maintained private and confidential, same as expected from your side too.
What? Yo, run them out of here. I saw them there. What?
I don't understand what's going on, bro. I there's no way we're not living in a simulation, bro. There's no way, bro. Like, we're not real, fam. Like, I'm pinching myself.
This is
I
not.
can feel it, but like, I'm a synthetic character. We're not here anymore, bro.
That is not real.
It's real. In Brampton
You know,
right now, near
I
Bramley.
was
Walk
actually,
away from Bramley Center.
you know what? I was actually hearing that about this, about extras in these homes that they're renting out and stuff like that. I was hearing about that. But see, I couldn't understand what they were saying when I'm around some of them little Punjabi youths. You know what I'm saying? That I would hear. I saw, yo, I give them this A for effort.
Yeah.
I'll give them an A for effort, dog. I'll give them an A for effort because you know what, bro? They figured it out. They figured it out. They seen how grimy the system really is. No matter where they're from and when they came here, nothing changed for them. You understand? Nothing really changed for them. They're actually in a worse situation being here.
I know, right?
Than being back home where they can do agriculture and start up their little businesses. And bro, where do people go?
Not to interrupt you, but the agriculture game, we've seen that was mashed up when there was a protest.
Okay, granted, but things started rolling back. Things have rolled back into play again, right? Let's say. Yeah. Right? Cool. Then the clothes we are wearing. You see the clothes we are wearing? Where the hell do you think most of this material comes from?
Over there.
Why do they need to come here? Become a tech guy? When the tech guys are calling me and you, huh?
They've been sold a dream.
They've been sold a dream. Is this the way they got us on boats too?
No. They took us by force.
Because I remember when Kanye was saying, hold on, Kanye was saying it was choice, right?
No, but our own people sold us to them people too.
Exactly. And look, their own people are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Facts. And look how dirty this mattress is, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, when one time I went to go look at a house, right? When I was on the house market looking for some homes, and I swear about 20 of them lived in one home. The way the kitchen had pure butter chicken stain on the plate, still up, plates high up to the. I said, I was like, I can't live here. Like, I don't even want this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I'm like, of course you're gonna live like that, bro.
I guess.
Come on, look at this. 1, 2, 3. It's like barracks. It's like, might as well join the army.
Yeah, but the crazy part about it is like you can negotiate with the homie here, not any of us, because he only girls allowed. He's made sure to put that in the top of the ad, right? Only for girls, in all caps. Only for girls. All right, so he's looking for a thing. You know what I'm saying?
A wife. A wife. Them man there looking for a wife, dog.
Yeah.
What you mean, bro? They're looking for a wife.
Nah, bro. Whoever's answering that ad, I don't want to. Like, if I'm him and I'm looking for a wife, and the girl who says, "Yeah, sure, I'll take that part of the ad," I don't want you to be my wife. You're a 304.
Whoa, yo. Yo, trust me. Remember, enough of them, they lie and say they're virgins. Okay? They remember they have to lie.
And you're gonna take that part of the ad and you're a virgin? Come on.
Virgin, enough of them are lying. They're not virgins.
But I won't believe you if I'm dude. You're gonna be like, yeah.
No, their parents. Their parents have to believe them.
I don't think their parents know that they're getting into this situation. Go rent the other place.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, so what do you think? Yo, you don't think enough of them have high sex drive?
Yes, but if I'm one of these people's parents, right, and this ad pops up, and my son or daughter is going, and they're gonna take that ad, no, don't go anywhere near this guy who put up that ad. Get away from that guy.
He probably could own like 5 houses on the block in Brampton.
Oh my God, please no. Please no, not this guy. The guy who's offering friends with benefits with the place.
Then the next ad is plain. Next ad is plain. It's just normal, looking for students, and then he maneuvers you over to that one, and yo, fam, these guys are probably running a whole scheme you wouldn't even imagine, bro, because they're under the radar, bro.
He's probably running a whorehouse.
And you know what, bro? The way the economy's so messed up, bro, I don't kind of blame him.
Yeah,
I almost don't blame him. Yeah. I almost don't blame him. Like, if there was to be an influx of Jamaicans tomorrow morning, and yo, bro, you know what I mean? Yardies would be like, yo, you can come on me yard still, but you know what I'm saying? Yo, you have to get that job. I'm dead.
Yeah. Or you have to take the wood still, you know?
Yeah, right?
You can move in still shotty, but you have to take the wood still once.
I look 2 wives still.
Sometimes twice a week, because, you know, man get honey, you know?
Yeah, when me drink the Guinness and burn my weed.
Friday night for sure.
And you can burn weed in here. You can burn your weed.
She's in.
Everybody's in. Yeah, these them would be there like, yeah, man, I work on one farm. You know what I mean? I grow grabber. Oh, shoot. Yeah, grow grabber. Your rent just got cut.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I think a lot of people would be doing the same thing, bro.
Yardmans who watch this, don't get no ideas, please. Okay,
bro. We've been running it. We've been here since the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s.
No. What the Yardman runs, the flex, and you know this, okay? And it's not only Yardmans, okay? other black men from the diaspora. They'll find a thing to catch in and knock her back lining out.
Yeah.
And now I'll even breed
it. I'll even breed it.
Now I got a crib.
Yeah, a breed. Yeah, I get breed. Now you're chilling. You know what I mean?
Driving her car.
Everything. You know the mom.
Right? That's
the mom's calling you son.
I don't think that's only Jamaican. I think that runs with the Nigerians. That runs with
all of them. Every one of us. All of us.
Long dick the hell out of the white shorty, and then next
Rebecca.
Rebecca, and then you're in the crib, bro.
Rebecca.
You're
her dad's dinner trucker.
You know what I'm saying? You taking a little space in the closet. You're good, man. I'm good.
You're great. Shall I buy you some new boxers from Walmart?
Where do you think the space in the closet's coming from? When Shorty starts buying you shit after every night that you dick her down, I bought you this when I went to the store. Put it in the closet. Put it in my side of the closet, baby.
Right?
Why you're like this?
Buy you a PlayStation.
Right? Now you can't leave. Now you can't leave. You bought me the PlayStation. Oh, I can't leave now, baby.
You're
hobosexual.
Hobosexual.
Exactly. Right? Just make sure to keep on dicking her down. Don't catch nothing. Don't give her nothing. And that be happening too.
You're good. You don't have to. Where do you have to go? You can't go nowhere. You ain't got shit anyways. Better stick around that little heifer for a bit.
Don't give her nothing she can't cure.
Yeah. But this is wild though, man. I honestly, man, all the times I felt like they were in my way. Sorry to the Punjabi community, you know what I mean? Like y'all, you know, when I be calling them fudu, all that type of stuff, using their own language on them. It's like, if I had known earlier, like y'all be getting played, I think I would have helped more of y'all.
It's like this. It's like if the tap was like this, like it was just dripping, and now man completely open the tap and the water's coming in, and now you're mad that water's coming in. You opened the tap, bro. You guys let it go from 400. Yeah, you went from 400,000 a year to $1 million, and you mad at me?
But can I be real? I really think 400,000 a year is even a lot.
Well, if you feel that that's a lot, then that's a lot.
50 go to BC, 50 stay here in Ontario, would have been good.
But now
the ones who make it, make it.
Right?
The ones who make it, make it.
They went from what you already thought is a lot to more than double.
The ones that make it, make it.
Well, now it's even more than that. And watch now. We're gonna continue this, and then we'll move on to the next topic because it's a good video, though. I want to spend the time on it.
Free rent to any woman who's willing to partake in a friends with benefits relationship. And the housing situation in Brampton is being monopolized by the same individuals who monopolized the immigration process. Look at this construction project in this Brampton neighborhood. These are people working under the table for below minimum wage, working past quiet hours with no safety equipment, modifying a single family home in a suburb to cram international students inside, for a property owned by an older first-gen immigrant, and in a city whose construction regulations are enforced by...
What I say?
The first-gen immigrants are.
What I say?
The man's getting an extension on his house so he can bring in more. He can stash more people in the crib.
I guess he's helping people.
He's helping his pocket. And then watch the jobs that end up being coming.
You feel like you're like working a lot, or like you have a good work-life balance?
Not really. It's really hard to find work in Canada, and pretty much as I'm a student, so I'm not balancing myself between study and my work.
And sadly, this is the scenario with which most Canadians interact with Indians in the context of service environments at the bottom rung of society. These low-skilled, uneducated workers have also exacerbated Indian hatred in Canada, as most Canadians are faced with the daily occurrence of ordering a coffee from someone who doesn't know English or understand Canadian hygienic standards. This isn't because of their race or because they're fundamentally bad people. It's because they shouldn't be here in the first place. They're only here because of opportunistic middlemen and money-hungry universities. Blame them, not the young Indians who got scammed into coming here. Speaking of misunderstanding how things work, during my time in Brampton, there was one thing that stood out to me above all else. The cars. Every other car was an M-Spec BMW, a Lexus, a Mercedes, a Hellcat, a Charger SRT8. When I asked my friend Dion why everyone was driving luxury cars in a city that had been hit by an immigration crisis and a rental crisis, he told me the scary fact that nobody owns anything in Brampton. It's all taken out on credit. This is another one of Brampton's dark realities. Along with the exploitation of new stock immigrants for tuition and rent, they are also preyed upon to take out massive leases to get luxury cars and fit in with the local culture. Cars that are sometimes...
Bro?
Fit in to keep up with the Joneses and assimilate into Canadian culture.
Told you.
And, right? They're putting themselves in debt even more. To have all of these luxury whips.
Bro, they're like now the new blacks in a way. Like we're consumers of all the bullshit. But you see, the thing is, someone explained this to me the other day. Like sat me down and was like, "No, I peer credit them that pon," and I was like, "What? What do you mean everything them I get them alone? They can just say they're fresh to the country." So yeah, bank, I'll give you anything you want.
It's an incentive.
Right? And I was like, wow. It's like, no, they don't be worried about that. They don't have more than you. How?
So
because we have cold cash. The one thing with black people, we have cold cash. White people have cold cash. If we want something, we take our money and we go and buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we used to be like that, but bro.
And now we're what? We're smart enough to know. Huh?
But I don't think people just have it like that. White, black, anybody else. I think.
But that's what I'm saying. So we're not as economically. We know right now to save our money. Whatever we can save, we're trying to save. Right? They're trying to keep up with the Joneses because technically, if something goes wrong, they can get on a plane and fly right back to India.
Yes, but here's where they got the one up on us, bro. They're opening businesses. We ain't. We do have businesses, obviously. There's black businesses, but far and few in between. Were Indian-owned businesses.
Can you
so
go
they'll put their money together and then go end up opening up a shop?
Yeah, but how long do they last? Let's be real. Every day there's a new tech shop opening up, and a cell phone shop opens up, and then you go back and a couple months later, it's gone.
They've transferred it to something else.
Granted,
right?
But
or it doesn't even have to be something like that. It could be like, what did they call that West Indian food? Tikka or whatever when they
Tikka, Hakka. Well, no, Hakka's Chinese in India. Hakka's Chinese in India.
Well, the Chinese food. You go to a Chinese food spot, Indian people are making it. You go to the West Indian spot, Indian people are making it. So they don't even have to open up an Indian spot. You could just open up a West Indian spot, open up a Chinese food spot. You're good.
Well, what kind of Indian? It depends what kind of Indian.
Fam, we might be like, I'm not eating at that spot because the food doesn't taste as good as Twice as Nice or Ray Tay Tay. However, some next person's gonna go get their food and they'll be fine.
Okay. When you go to like a Shoeless Joe's and those things, that's where it's Indian, right? Too. Sri Lankan and stuff like that. When you go to the restaurants, Italian restaurant it's not an Italian cook. It's not an Italian man. It will be a Sri Lankan or an Indian man making your Italian food. I get it.
And owns it.
Directly, and yes, they will own it. Yes.
And
yes.
We're also leaving out the big one. Hello.
Yeah, Starbucks.
No, not Starbucks.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
They don't own those. A lot of white people and black people own those. Go look it up right now.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe the ones in Brampton are now being owned by an Indian man, but around Ontario and the rest of nope.
Around Ontario, no, but like, bro, Scarborough, hell yeah.
No, it'll be the couple. I've looked it up. A couple black people own Tim Hortons, so they are to blame too. That they are taking money from the government and hiring. But no, I went to Scarborough the other day and there was a lot of Filipino in the Tim Hortons.
As an honorary Scarborough man now, bro. Trust me, bro. The Filipinos, yes, they're here, and there's in a couple of Timmys, but they're just in a couple.
Yes, in a couple.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. When you go to whatchamacallit, outside like the Kohlbergs and all that, then it's fair game. You know what I'm saying?
But very fair game.
Once you're in the city, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me bring in this brother for a few minutes. Yo, what are you saying, brother?
Yo, how you treating my Indian brothers like that, bro?
You're coolie. You're coolie ras, yo.
Happening over here from over there in Jamaica. Big salute over your Yardi.
Big salute.
Let me ask you a question, Yardi, quick, fast.
Go ahead.
What's your ethnic background? Are you like
straight out of India? Like my family roots, deep. If you go right through my family chain, straight out of India.
So, how did you guys get over to Jamaica?
Specifically, southern India. Indentureship. My family, like, if I go to my great grandparents, come straight out of indentureship. Like, quite literally. My great grandfather indentureship. That's basically the English brought us here.
Yeah.
The English brought us here to the Caribbean. So after slavery was abolished, and the Indians and the Chinese came over.
Yeah.
That's literally what happened. But because my mother is Trini, so I'm Jamaican born Trini, right?
Mm-hmm.
My great grandfather on that side is from Guyana, and that family came straight out to India, and then that family went to Trinidad. And as you know, Trinidad is a predominantly Indian community. A bit of Afro in there, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then I'm here in Jamaica, so the Indian trade run right across the Caribbean, as you would imagine.
Yeah.
So that's why I see you guys talking about this after this. Run some jokes, you know.
No. It's just that they're different. And you guys know that. You're different. The
Yeah, no,
Caribbean
I
Indian
know. We're
different
different. Yeah,
from
we're different.
them the Hindustan. You know,
Yeah,
even though
yeah,
you're from there, you
yeah.
know, long
Yeah, yeah,
lineage,
yeah.
it doesn't mean you take up everything they do now. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. But I will say this though. For what I understand, I've been doing a bit of reading. You know, I actually spoke to Friday about this one time when I came on your stream, right, Friday? And we were talking about this. And one of the things that is annoying and is well, I wouldn't say even say annoying. It's like
We're losing.
Oh, important. That was important,
I
dog.
was about to break it down.
That was important, dog.
And we had an Indian person to speak to. That's wicked. Oh, the YouTube gods are not loving us right now.
They're like, yo, Unawa.
He already come back in. All right, forward back. Oh
Damn.
no. He good.
yo, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
If I cut off though, guys, there's a crazy rain going out here. So if the Wi-Fi chips out, just know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Milton.
it's all right. Break it down, and then you know we're gonna keep it moving.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that there's a so basically, systematically speaking, the local system has misinterpreted and misprepared or underprepared themselves for what they were getting into. And on top of that, because they did not prepare, there was a shortage of housing, as you guys can see. But also, what that does is it forces these ethnic communities, like the Indians, to go into other communities and obstruct other communities, and hence, because they're obstructing the vibe of other communities, they're getting back what the reaction they're getting from the local. Hence, the reason why some of them are feeling like outsiders, if you understand what I'm saying. So, because of the poor management and the poor structuring within the city development, you're now left with a situation of overpopulation, oversaturation, de de deculture, deculture appropriation. Then you are left with this situation of mass disgruntlement. You understand?
Break down deculture appropriation. I need to know what that is.
Uh, Basically, they're deconstructing the culture. So in other words, you're telling the Indians you can't come here and be your way. You have to be our way.
Mm-hmm.
So you're basically telling them, all right, yeah, you come from India. We don't care about that. You come to Canada, be Canadian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't want to do that. They want to be themselves, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They want to bring their culture here. But you have now brought them into your environment where you're forcing them to change so to suit your agenda for them to be here. And that basically, so you're telling someone not to be themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, you know, you have a social psychology where you have a set of people that are there. So wait, why did you tell us to come here in the first place? Why did you say that the cost of life is going to be better here if we are not meant to be ourselves and kind of bring our culture to your culture and blend? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you're getting what you see, you know? It's a bit
So
unfortunate, but it's what it is, you know?
let me ask you one quick question before we let you go, right?
Yeah, no problem.
When you're hearing, as somebody who's a brown man, right?
Yeah.
South Asian descent, and you're seeing some of the backlash that some of like the people who are newly getting here, the immigrants, are getting. Do you take offense to it, or is it like I'm not the same?
No, I don't know. The truth, I'm being honest. So this is no disrespect to anyone. I don't really take offense to it, but because I read a lot and I understand, like I understand what's going on. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
understand what's happening. So it doesn't feel the same for me, but because I never experienced that. When I lived in London, because I lived in London for a year, I experienced something different. Most people in London thought I was from the Middle East, just the way how
Mm-hmm.
I look, right?
Wow.
So the perception of me, especially this, so I'll tell you a true story. One time I was walking around and I was linking with this one girl, and she's like, "So yo, what do you have? Are you the son of our king?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, you look like you're from Dubai and stuff. Like you're supposed to have gold chains and stuff."
Mm.
I'm like, I mean, I have things, but I'm not going to show it off just like that, you know. She's like, "What? Middle East people roll heavy. I'm like, but I'm not from the Middle East. I'm from the Caribbean. I'm a yard man. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
want a yard thing, you have to deal with a yard thing. You know. So
She
I've
got
dealt with that
confused.
before. She got twisted, brother. You know what I mean? So I've dealt with that before, but I've never dealt with like feeling like an outsider. And the funny part is, here's the funny part. Even here home in Jamaica, growing up, sometimes I felt like the outsider. You know?
Mm.
And that's the crazy part. Because of my complexion, I'm a much lighter skin than majority of. I'm in the 1% bracket in Jamaica.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
maybe the 3%. It's not a challenge, but it's something you have to grow up and deal with as a person. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So I have to deal with it, bro. Yo, I don't want to take your show too long. I just wanted to come and run some jokes with you guys. Yo, Dusty Wallace, big up yourself, brother.
God
You don't
no.
know.
God no.
I heard you had a slight illness issue a couple months ago or so. Hope you're feeling
Yeah.
strong, you know what I mean?
I'm
More
kicking.
strength to you,
Kicking
my
again.
brother.
Yeah,
And
kick.
yo, Friday, big up yourself. I love what you do, bro. Keep it up, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
salute
And
to you.
J. Cole, don't bother tell Drizzy what to do, brother. You stepped all over where and you can't tell a man the
Jeez.
instruction, bro. My brother, deal with your
Jeez. I
issue,
told you.
Crody.
I
My
told
brother,
you.
deal
Bam
with
bam.
your problems, big man. So, don't bother give my bro instruction. Yeah, you want him to rap. You should have rapped too, boy.
You know what I'm
Talk to
saying?
them.
Anyway,
Talk to
yo,
them.
Friday, big up yourself. I don't want to take your show too long, bro. Go ahead
Big
and do
up
your thing. Big
yourself,
up yourself.
brother.
Big up
Don't
Yeah,
yourself.
know. Salute to OVO Yardy right there.
Salute. Bam bam.
You know what I'm saying? He's representing the O from all the way in Jamaica, man.
Shit. This man's in Jamaica.
You know,
You know what I
I don't know
mean?
if you know OVO Yardy, he's blind.
Yes, I know. I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
checked out
yeah.
his profile and everything. I was like, okay, you know what I mean? I would never, you know what I mean? That's real. He comes in and he fills in for me on those days where he kicks some real knowledge. I've heard him. I'd be like, yo, this nigga kicking some real knowledge.
He's a real
And
one,
like
man.
what he just said right now, he don't feel no ways because you want to know why? He's a Jamaican Indian. There's difference. Them clean, them still bubble up a gal. They can breed a black gal because a black gal want to talk coolie baby. There's little
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna bring
There's
in
difference, bro. There's a difference, a complete difference. Then my brought up, see. You know what I mean?
Facts. One second, I'm gonna bring in somebody.
Yeah.
AGB.
What up?
Oh.
Quick disclaimer, AGB. No F-bombs today, sir.
I'm doing Friday. I told you I was rusty I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best.
Okay.
I'm French Canadian. You can't blame me, bro.
No. You're a YouTuber. I can't blame you.
I just got off of F-bomb probation.
What?
I just got off the F-bomb probation, so I'm back.
Put me on probation now.
I just got off.
I never put nobody on probation. Don't
I'm playing.
So from you over there in Montreal, and I'm going to get off of this immigration scam thing because I have a next topic that's really pretty hot over here.
Let's go.
Montreal, are y'all being affected?
You're gonna have to be more specific by what.
Are you seeing more brown people in Montreal than before? I know Montreal has a very diverse culture.
Especially like where I'm living right now is like it was all white people because like since I moved to Vaudreuil, it was all white people here. What I remembered, it's like a third brown people now.
What?
Yeah, it's like one of those areas where it's like turning into like all brown because it's like they move here and then they're like they tell their families and all the brown people want to move here. It's a nice fucking area. That's why.
It's right away. This guy with the F-bomb, bro.
Sorry.
You get one more, bro.
I won't do it again.
So now I know Montreal is a little bit racist.
Oh yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Them French white boys over there can be hella racist.
Yeah, this is more of an English area, though, to be honest.
But as somebody who moves around Montreal, and you know how the Montreal people, like from my experience, how they've dealt with me as a black person, some of them hardcore French boys, they're not nice, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I've asked for directions, and somebody's just sitting there in their car, and they just stayed like this the whole time. The girl's like trying to look over, and then one of the guys hits like elbows the girl, like don't even look over at him. And I'm like just trying to find directions, bro. but they don't want to talk to me because I'm black. How are those? Have you seen those interactions, like those Jean-Guy, Francois? How do they interact with the Indian people?
Only recently, when there's like, but like not like before, not really. I'd never personally never seen that, but recently, like everyone, including the ones that have been here a long time, are like, "Yo, what are they doing? They're bringing so many of them here." Like that's just what everyone's saying now. That's what I hear. But no, I've never heard them treating Indians like black people. As crazy it is to say. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying like I've never seen it.
Right. So
I mean, listen. You know how some of these French Quebecois are. There's for sure some of them that hate everyone who's not a Quebecois.
Yeah.
For real, like.
Yeah. I can imagine the kind of words that those guys have come up with in French for the Indian people over there. If they're having the same amount of like immigration that's happening over in Montreal that's happening here, I don't even want to know what them French boys are calling
that
them.
Immigration is like, it's predominantly Quebec and Ontario taking it, and then predominantly the big cities. I think Quebec takes like 45% of those immigrants, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Ontario takes slightly more, a higher percentage, but that's like the high 90s of percentage. So like the rest of the country, they don't really go there. It's all like the dense urban areas of Quebec and Ontario.
Yeah.
That's why you see they're all packed up into one area.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, well, listen, man. I feel like we beat this topic to death.
We'll say the Quebec government is not happy about it.
Well, listen, man. There's a lot of people not happy.
They're mad every other day about that. They complain it on the radio and stuff. I know.
Wow. They're being outright with it. They're just like saying,
Francois Legault is like, yo, like, why are we having all these immigrants? Quebecers aren't afraid to go on the media and talk about what, like,
this is what I'm talking about.
About that.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I know that over here we're a little bit more conservative or fake with the way that we explain things or the way we act. But I know in Montreal, they're like, we don't care if people think we're a little bit racist. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, they look at it as like, if they don't do the way they see it, whether it's true or not, is if they don't do it, then all of Quebec is just going to turn into Ontario. It's just going to be French speaking and not have any of the English speaking and not have the French culture. That's what they think.
Yeah.
So they get like really North Korea-esque in defending it sometimes.
Yes. And with the people who immigrate over to Montreal or to Quebec, those immigrants don't only have to learn English, they have to learn French.
Yeah, they can't even go to English school. You have to go to French school. You can only go to English school here is if your family has a history of going to English school. So like my son goes to English school, right? He can only go to English school because I went to English school in Quebec. If you're from anywhere outside and you outside of Canada and if you did English school in Canada, you have a right to English school in Quebec, but that's the only way is if you or your parents did it already. If you didn't, it's French school.
Wow.
All the Chinese immigrants, all the Indian immigrants, all those people.
Like if you put up a sign, it has to be in French, or if there's English on it, the French has to be above and twice as big.
Or three times as big or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like they go on, it's crazy.
Yeah. But like if you're somebody who wants to immigrate from another country, don't think that you're gonna go there and just learn how to speak English and then just go move around the country. No, you're better off just coming to Ontario.
Yeah. The people who it's better to come to Quebec, I would say, is if French is already your native tongue.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot
like
of
a Congolese person.
What would you say?
Like a Congolese person.
Yeah, or like anywhere in North Africa, the northern African countries, a lot of them speak French, or at least speak French as a second language. Or even like Haiti. That's why there's so many Haitians here.
Exactly.
They speak French. It's almost exactly the same as Creole. It's a slight tweak. Like
you
know. So that's
Yeah.
So they grasp it. They can grasp it right away as soon as they get there.
I mean, when someone speaks, I listen to a lot of the Haitian music, so I got it better. But like, even when I started listening to it, I was able to grasp Creole for the most part pretty easily, just with a basic French knowledge. You know, if you're into it, it's a lot more similar than you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. It's Creole and French. It's like Creole is just basically super slang, broken French with a little Spanish in it, type shit.
Yeah.
Basically.
Patois.
Yeah, basically it's like French patois.
French patois.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But salute to all of the immigrants that are coming down here, man. Like I just wanted to expose the scam. That this video really opened my eyes to a lot of shit, man. And bro, that 1 million is the one that's just been hitting me in the gut. Like from 400,000 to 1 million a year, bro. Yeesh.
I keep saying 400,000 was even a lot.
Yeah, no, when you start getting into the millions in a country where our population literally just hit 40 million, it's like, and like, it's not like they're building all kinds of new hospitals and new infrastructure and fixing all the bridges and making the roads bigger and doing all the stuff you would need to keep the same quality of life. They're just bringing in way more people.
That's a fact.
And the one thing I'll say, this is what gets me, is they're like, oh, we need all these people to work jobs that other people won't work. But then they'll tell you, on the other hand, those are all the jobs that AI is going to get rid of in 5 years, 10 years. So it's like, then why are we bringing all these extra people for those jobs so then they can be homeless? Like, what?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's facts. The robots are going to take those jobs anyway.
We love hip hop.